It's one of our most meow-tastic days of the week.
Oh, yeah.
But we are missing something.
Yeah,
Thank heavens.
Okay, so we mentioned that we didn't have the pillows. Somebody forgot them. And yeah, I think they're about to be delivered.
Yes, thank heavens for Evan Armour. Ready? Oh, nice.
Nice
and
throw.
Boo,
There we go.
boo.
All right, thank you,
Thanks,
Evan.
Evan. Here they are. Now we can
The lady
start.
who was with child came running down the hall with the pillows. So
Double thanks.
okay.
Okay, now we can keep going.
Yes.
Not only is it Leopard Print Thursday, it's a very special day to celebrate. Buongiorno. Welcome back to the show. Today, special food holiday for those who love Italian food, National Lasagna Day.
Yeah. All right, time for our friend Erick Sbertoli to come in from Carrabba's Italian Grill, and he's here to show us how their signature lasagna is put together. Good to see you again, Erick.
Hey, good to see you as well. How are y'all doing this afternoon?
We are.
I guess it's the morning.
Yeah, it is morning, but you know, it's always a good time to have some great lasagna, and you guys do it best, so we're looking forward to putting this whole thing together.
All righty, so I'm gonna take it away. So first thing that I'm gonna do is drop a little of our house pomodoro sauce, which is tomato, garlic, onions, basil, salt and pepper. I'm gonna layer a little bit on the bottom of the pan. Reason you wanna do that is it helps keep your lasagna sheets from sticking to the bottom, because that'll make an absolute mess if you're not careful.
And they taste
So I'm
great.
gonna layer
and it
my
tastes
first.
great.
So
Oh, yeah, it tastes fantastic.
I've just learned a magical trick. And number one, Erick, thank you so much. The team brought over some so we could do some quality control. So we are going to actually be
Let that spill
enjoying
out. Okay.
right along with you.
Are you
Don't know.
sampling early?
Yeah, well, I'm just getting the plate ready. We don't want to be caught. Somebody
Yeah,
can't
true
have
enough.
any today.
Yeah, I've got a doctor's appointment after the show, and they had a blood test, and they said don't eat or drink anything but water before you come over. And that's the day that this gets sent over, and I'm like, this is like torture.
It freezes beautifully.
Of course.
It freezes
So-
beautifully.
What I'm doing first is I'm layering a little bit of ricotta on the base sheet. I'm gonna follow it up with some ground beef. Gotcha. Layer the ground beef as evenly as you can. Gonna take some Parmesan Romano blend, layer that over top of that.
I
Get
feel
some
rolling
mozzarella.
You're really going fast, Erick. Slow down a little bit here.
he does 3,000 of these.
I do have 4 or 5 layers of this to make. So
Yeah. Okay.
we've got pomodoro sauce. So I'm gonna layer over top of that
Okay.
like this.
I'm
Gonna
going
mix that around.
to lift it
While
out
Jess is
here.
trying to get that out of
I
there.
don't know
All
where
right.
this
Well,
is.
you're putting that in there.
I'm gonna go for the next
All right.
slide. All right. So after you put all that layer together, you
Did
throw
you,
another lasagna
Erick,
sheet
can I ask you a
down.
question real quick before you go to the next
Yes,
step?
sir.
Did you,
Okay.
is the lasagna made to fit into your pans at your restaurant, or do you cut them to fit?
Okay, so what I do for our lasagnas is I make a half hotel pan,
Okay.
which is I don't know the specs off the
It's
top
big.
of my head,
It's
but
big.
it's like a 9x9 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a big sheet.
Yeah.
And I get 8 orders out of a pan of lasagna when I do it that way.
Okay.
So now, if you're going to do that, the best trick to do is after you build it to cut your lasagna pieces out of it first, just so you get your layers done.
Okay.
And once you take it out of the oven, of course, you're going to let it set for maybe 10 minutes. That'll keep all the cheeses from running out. So when you cut the lasagna at the end and you try to plate it, if you don't wait, you're going to be sitting there with lasagna kind of setting out. So this one maybe came out a little early, so you can see how it kind of set a little bit.
Yeah.
I was not a masterful server on this one, but it did hold up. I know what you're talking about, Erick. When you got it out of there, it didn't run all over.
So there's 3 bowls of
Exactly.
cheese that you have in front of you. Are they different cheeses or just the 3 of the
Yes.
same?
So I've got a Parmesan Romano blend, which is grated, which is this one right here. I've got ricotta cheese right here, which I'm layering on the bottoms.
Ooh, yeah.
I can taste that layer. I'm really
And you wanna
enchanted by these giant squares, like you said, that fit in the pan. Because I think I've always been messing around with the noodles, right? Not the sheets. That's a game changer.
So a sheet, and then you cut the sheet after it's done? Ah. Eric,
What I
you
do
stole
is
one
I
of his
cut the
secrets.
sheet before I bake it.
Oh,
So
you
when
do?
I put all this together, I would cut everything out first to make it a little easier once you bring it out of the pan. It's like cutting a pizza.
He's
So, like,
redefining
once you cut
lasagna.
This is not the way we've been
Oh,
doing it
no,
at home at all.
I can't redefine lasagna for you.
Oh, no. You're redefining the way we've been making it wrong all this time.
We've been eating it just fine. It's the making it that was.
And if you want to add a little more flavor to it, you can also add some mirepoix, which for those who aren't classically trained, that is literally carrots, onions, and celery. I would do that as a fine dice and cook the ground beef in with that. And if you don't want to use ground beef, you can use ground pork. You can use sausage, really whatever you want. If you want to do turkey, if you want to use vegetables, you can do whatever you want.
Whatever it is, we definitely want to make sure that it is either cut up or chopped up or disassembled or whatever it is going to be. So it kind of is just completely out there.
So Eric, as he's revealing all the secrets, conveniently the shot went dark. That was not truly intentional. But I will say, while we work to maybe get Eric back with us this morning as he finishes that up, really cool to see this behind the scenes. I mean, Carrabba's makes lasagna after lasagna.
Tons.
To see how they're putting it together is really cool. I'm so bummed you can't eat this today because it really is so delicious. I ran into a friend yesterday, Bill, who was saying hot dogs in the morning, and it took me a second because
had
just
hot
the other
dog
day
day,
it was
yeah.
National Hot Dog Day.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, of course, hot dogs in the morning. So
Chili and onion hot dogs.
Chili and
in the
onion
morning.
hot dogs.
Yeah.
So now we have lasagna in the morning.
Yeah.
And, it just makes sense. But it's a fun way to celebrate the day. So if you get inspired, maybe you can have some lasagna later with family. It's a good,
all those layers, for all of that deliciousness that he puts in there, and it started with the pomodoro sauce on the bottom, so the lasagna didn't stick to the bottom, which is another trick.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I was like, well, you put,
Fighting to get it out of there.
You put the Pam or whatever you put on the pan, but now you put something delicious on the bottom, and it does the same thing.
Now, when you have lasagna,
First of all, I don't cook lasagna. I've never cooked lasagna.
I said when you have it.
Oh, when I have it.
When you
Okay.
enjoy it.
Yes.
When you enjoy it. Do you have like a go-to? Eric mentioned you can swap out the pork, the beef, the vegetables, all sorts of different things.
Italian sausage. Italian sausage.
All right, guess what? Secret's still ready to be revealed. We didn't trick everyone. Eric is back to finish up that lasagna with us this morning. And I think where we
I
left
didn't know I
off.
lost you guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's okay.
We thought you got to the real
She's been
secrets.
eating.
Yeah, we've been
and I
catching
have been
up.
drooling. So, all right, so you probably got some more Oh, you're almost done. Yeah.
Oh, I finished. I thought I was just talking through and y'all were listening. I'm so sorry.
Well, that's what happens when you make lasagna, Eric. Everybody gets transfixed, right?
Yeah.
They're just silently watching and enjoying.
Oh, did we lose him
I don't
again?
know. We
Okay,
may-
so for the last layer here, I finished all. So I got 4 layers with the ground beef, ricotta, mozzarella, and the Parmesan Romano.
Yeah.
And for the last layer, once you go through all of that, you put one last lasagna sheet over the top. You take pomodoro sauce, layer it over it, and then sprinkle some more Parmesan Romano over the top of that.
All right, so
After you do this, I cover it. You can use aluminum foil. We tend to throw a little plastic wrap over the top of that, or over the top of the lasagna, and then aluminum foil over the top. It helps seal the sides a little better. So it steams the lasagna sheets to the point where you can cook them a little easier. And so what I do from this point is I would take this whole thing and cover it, and I throw it in the oven at 350 for roughly 45 minutes. If you like a little crispier lasagna, I would go a little longer. If you like it soggier, you can go a little less. Again, that's up to you. Since we're using already cooked ingredients, it's however you want it.
So, Eric, a couple
but-
of quick questions I have, because we lost you
Okay.
there for a moment. And you said you put the pomodoro sauce on the top as well as the bottom. Was there some in one of those layers that we lost contact with you to, or is it just the top and the bottom?
Yes, there's pomodoro sauce in every layer that I put together.
Okay.
Yes, you want your lasagna to be saucy.
And yes, you do. You do not want a non-saucy lasagna.
Yeah.
And I love the tip too. You put that layer of plastic wrap in there underneath the foil, right, Eric? To keep it. You said it kind of
Yes.
steams those lasagna layers. Interesting.
A lot of tricks.
Yeah, it helps seal the moisture inside the pan a little better than just the aluminum foil will. So it'll help steam and cook the lasagna sheets even more.
That answers the question, Eric, as to why when we go and we enjoy some delicious lasagna at the restaurant, we always ask the question, mine never tastes like this at home. Why is that?
Yeah.
I've been doing it all wrong.
Because he knows what he's doing.
That's what he's doing. Happy National Lasagna Day, Eric. Thanks for spending
Great
time
job,
with us
buddy.
this
Thank
morning.
you.
Absolutely, guys. Thank y'all for having me on today, and come visit us at Carrabba's on the Lothian Turnpike.
All right.
You
we'll
got
be
it.
back. We'll be back. That plate will be clean. I'm still be suffering. We'll be right back with more Virginia This Morning.